In this video, we will see how we can use the ID locator technique to identify an element from a web page. Using ID locator techniques, it is very easy and it is very fast to identify any particular element. The mandatory requirement for using ID locator technique is that the element must contain the ID attribute and value. If there is no ID attribute or value for any element, we cannot use the ID locator technique. At the time, we have to use other techniques like class name or tag name or CSS selector or XPath or partial link text or like link text. Anything is fine. Let's check how we can determine or identify whether we are able to use the ID locator technique or not. Let's open the eBay website in Chrome browser and let's check with couple of elements whether there is any ID or not. On the home page, we are seeing there is a search button, and next to search button there is another link like advanced. Let's check whether this element has any ID or not. To do this thing, we just need to right click and then we have to choose the inspect. Once we click the inspect, then the browser inspector window will be opened in the bottom and it will highlight couple of lines of code here. This code relates to that advanced link code. So advanced, this is basically an element and this code are related to that advanced link. Now if we check the code here carefully, we'll find one part is ID and there is equal sign and some value inside it. When we find this type of thing for each element or any of the element, that means this is a attribute value pair. The first part is called attribute and the second part it is called value. Like for this case, the first part is ID, this is an attribute, and inside the double quotation mark there is the value. So similar way, if any of the element, if it has like this type of pair, that means the first part is the attribute and the second part is the value. So we are confirmed that for this advanced button or link we have an ID. So we can use this ID to locate the element, and to locate this element basically we need the attribute value. So the value of ID is gh-as-a. I just double click over there and I copy it and try to search whether how many items are present with this name or value, and we are seeing only one matched row. That means this is the only one option of ID we'll find so that we can uniquely identify this element. In this way, we can easily locate the advanced element by using the ID. I'm going to copy the value of ID and I'm going to jump to the Eclipse where we left over. Here, these two lines of code we don't need. Basically, we don't want to quit or close the browser and we don't need to wait. So I am going to comment these two lines of code. Now let's write the code by which the WebDriver can identify the element, that means the advanced link. So here we already created the driver object. We can use this driver object to locate the element. So I am going to type driver, then a dot, and then we have to configure or mention the function name. For this case, to find the method, to find any locator, we have to use one method that is called find element method, and we are going to identify that element by ID. So I'm going to type by.id and we have to put the ID attribute value. So here inside the double quote we need to put the ID attribute value. So I'm putting double quote and at the end I'm typing semicolon. Now let's copy the ID attribute value. I'm jumping to browser, that means Chrome browser, and from this page I'm going to copy the value of ID. Just double click on the attribute value name and then it will be selected, and from there right click and then copy. So the whole value will be copied. Now I am going to paste this value inside Eclipse. So I am going to open Eclipse again and from here I am pasting the value. In this way, we can easily locate that element, that means the advanced link element. But if we only choose this thing, it doesn't make any sense. Let's do one thing. I'm going to switch the browser and on the eBay website, and I'm going to click this advanced link. So I'm going to click here. Once I click this this link or button, it will be like this type of page. So we want to do this similar type of functionality, like whenever we are on the eBay website home page, then if we click the advanced button, then it will bring that type of page. So we need to do this simulation. So to do this thing, we have one method that is called click method. So this is one type of action. So by using this click method, that type of action is easily doable. So what it is doing, it is finding the element, and after that it is going to click that element. Now let's save it and run the whole program. So I'm going to save it and run it. Oh, I forgot to save the program. So Eclipse is telling me to save it and then run it. So I clicked OK. So Eclipse will automatically save this code and it will run the code. At first, the program started the Chrome browser. Once the Chrome browser is opened, it is typing the eBay website to go that website. Once we are in the eBay website, the program is trying to locate the advanced link, and once it finds the advanced link, it is going to click here, and finally we reached this page, which is the advanced page of eBay website. In this way, we can easily use the ID locator technique to find the element and to do something. Like in this case, we clicked over there to reach the advanced search this page. Using ID locator technique, we can do the automation very fastly. We can close the Chrome browser because we commented the close code to close this browser. So I'm going to manually close this thing, and that's it. In this way, we can easily identify an element if it has any ID attribute and value. Thank you for watching the video. If you face any issue or if you have any question, please put in the comment section.